What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 73, and we start the episode off against Fulham at home, and obviously Chevalier in the starting 11. If you didn't see the last episode, there'll be a link to which probably on the screen or in the description or somewhere. And yeah, of course, Chevalier, Newcastle United offered £50 million for Arnold Chevalier, my fake striker, of course, which I signed on a free agent, believe it or not, at the start of the season. 6'6", absolutely rapid. So this may have been Chevalier's last game. He would want to go out with a bang, and well, just 3 minutes in, he gets what could be one of his last goals as he heads the ball home from a Wilfried Zaha cross. Arnold Chevalier for £50 million. He could be Newcastle's. I'm already regretting accepting the deal already. But this was Chevalier turning assist provider. Goal provider instead of goal scorer, I don't know, crossing the ball in, and it was eventually put home by Sterling, I think it was. But yeah, in the 78th minute, Jordi Alba crosses the ball in here, and once again Chevalier with an amazing header, man. I mean, is he worth 50 million? Is he worth more than 50 million? Have I undersold him? Have I oversold him? What's the deal? But once again, Chevalier playing the ball through to Wilfried Zaha. He was just in the heart of everything. He was scoring goals, he was setting up goals. The ball eventually comes to Gonalons. He plays it back to Arnold Chevalier. Look at that, man. The scoot turn, the takedown, he wins a penalty. Absolutely amazing from Chevalier. And I think I gave it to Chevalier for this one as well. Yes, I did. Chevalier gets the chance to score from the spot, and he smashes the ball past David Stockdale. Absolutely insane. The guy couldn't put a foot wrong in this game. He was just insane. And I think that completed his hat trick as well. But this has gone along finding Jordan Henderson. Henderson coming through here, and I think this was the first goal that Chevalier wasn't involved in. But yeah, 5-0 to Liverpool. Complete dominance. And obviously Chevalier with 3 goals and an assist. You can't get much better than that in what could have been his last game. So great to see Chevalier go out with a bang. £50 million, and that was an absolutely amazing performance. But JJ comes in here, which is awesome news. Obviously, JJ, just a backup striker, really, but he looks pretty decent. And of course, well, you just saw it there. I spoiled it for you. Player sold. Arnold Chevalier has gone to Newcastle for £50 million. We're going to see 42.5 of that, and we are going to replace him, or hopefully replace him, with Edinson Cavani. Look at those stats. He is 87 rated. Now, he's 27 years old, so I know he is approaching his 30s, but stamina, 94. He's got the engine trait. He's got the high attack and the defensive work rate, both being high. And I mean, look at those stats, man. I mean, I'm a big fan of Cavani in real life. Cavani and Falcao, I believe that those two are the best players in the world. Outside of Messi and Ronaldo, those two are the best players in the world. And Cavani, I'm a big fan of Cavani in real life. So I really do want to get him on FIFA. And Balotelli here, we also tried to sign him just in case we couldn't get Cavani, because I know he does grow to a very good potential. They wanted 13.5 million, but Napoli accepted the deal for Cavani straight away. I thought they were going to ask for at least 30 million for him. He's 87 rated, for Christ's sake. But instead they said you can talk to him. And, well, straight away, Cavani accepts the contract. Literally just a few days after selling Arnold Chevalier for £50 million, we pick up Edinson Cavani for £22 million. 87 rated. I think Chevalier was 82, 83 by the time we sold him. What an incredible deal. I mean, Cavani's cheaper. Am I saying it right? Cavani. He's cheaper. He's better by like 4 or 5 ratings. I mean, that's just great business, isn't it? It's just great business, because obviously Cavani being better and cheaper, obviously you've got more money to spend in different areas of the squad. I think that's great business, to be honest. And yeah, Edinson Cavani comes in. I'm really pleased with that deal. I think that's a great deal for me and for the club as well. So Cavani comes in, and he'll of course be my first choice striker. I've also given him the number 10. Poor old Jordan Sluice lost his number, and I think he's wearing number 29 now. So Cavani gets to be number 10, just because I fucking love Cavani, man. He's so amazing. But yeah, he would make his debut in the Capital One Cup semi-final, second leg against Spurs. We of course lost the first one 3-2, so I was obviously very determined to score early on, and we did just that. Asaidi finding Sterling, got a bit lucky here. Lloris almost kept out the cutback, but Sterling did make it 1-0 to Liverpool 10 minutes in. What a great start. I was thinking to myself, yes, we're going back to Wembley, we're going to retain this cup again surely, but this was Lennon down the right hand side, unfortunately cutting inside. Daniel Agger again not doing his job. finding Adam Lagic, and that made it Liverpool 1, Spurs 1. And at this stage, we would have been going out on aggregate, but this was Daniel Agger finding Edison Cavani. Cavani plays the ball out wide to Raheem Sterling. Sterling Ronaldo chops, plays the ball to Cavani, and for his first goal for the club, it takes a huge deflection. It's a debut goal. He's claiming it. He's not saying it's an own goal. He's claiming it. But if you didn't see that the first time, check this out on the replay. Cavani, I paid 22 million. He scores 61 minutes into his debut. But to be honest, it is the luckiest goal you will see. He was going for the opposite corner. It takes a huge deflection, but he claims it. And we go through on away goals. I'm pretty sure we should have gone to extra time in that game, and then went through on away goals after extra time. But maybe EA just didn't know that. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe that's how it works normally. But I'm pretty sure you go to extra time in the Capital One Cup, and then if you win on away goals, you win. But I also decided to go in for Torres just for I don't know, just the lols really. Obviously Torres, a former Liverpool player. Obviously we just inquired really. We had enough money, and I thought I can just get a decent striker on the cheap, and he can sit on the bench. But the following game was against Ipswich in the FA Cup. So obviously I rested pretty much all my players, if not all of them, to be honest, and also gave Andy Carroll a chance to show that he can battle with Cavani for that first choice striker role. And Carroll did just that. He won the ball here with a nice header, found Jordan Slew. Slew found Andy Carroll. What a great ball that was by Slew, and that's as composed as you like from Carroll. Brilliant finish. He's definitely going to be battling Cavani for that first choice striker role, because I do like Carroll. You know, I've seen your guys' comments. Don't get me wrong. I've seen your comments. I know you don't like Carroll, but I like Carroll. I think he's a pretty decent player in real life, and obviously in the game he grows to a very good potential. But Josh Carson made it 1-1 at this stage. As you did see, I kept faith with Gazaniga despite signing Mika. I kept faith with Gaza. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have done. But he did make a good save in this game. But this is Luke Shaw finding Carroll. What a ball by Shaw. Carroll beating the offside trap for the second time in the game. And that's a great finish by Carroll. My number 9 makes it 2-1, and that is how the game finishes. So 2 goals from Andy Carroll puts us through to the next round of the FA Cup. We got away with it really. I mean, Ipswich actually played pretty decent, and Gaza made a good save towards the end. But 2 goals from Carroll, and we go through to the next round. But Chelsea said they would be not interested in letting Torres come to us, which kind of sucks, because obviously, you know, it would have been funny to see Torres come back to us at Liverpool. But I think I offered 9 million anyway, to be honest, just for the lols, and see if he would come in. But we'd have to wait and see. But this is transfer deadline day. Obviously, I'd already got the player I wanted in Edson Cavani, but I was, of course, interested in getting Torres anyway, just for the lols. I thought it'd be quite funny for the series to see Torres back in a Liverpool shirt. And Chelsea accepted a £9 million deal, which is quite funny. And I offered him 2 years on, I think it was 70 grand a week. See if Torres would come back to us, but realistically, Torres obviously says, due to the history between us, he's not going to come. I think that's pretty good by FIFA, to be honest, by EA, because that's realistic. And you know, you're not going to see Torres back in a Liverpool shirt, probably. And that's realistic. But I thought I'd go for another striker anyway. If I can't get Torres, I'll go for someone else. And Juan Daniel Santana, I think that's how you pronounce that. Argentinian, 5'5", 4-star skills, 19 years old, pretty decent. Hopefully we can get him in, and he'll be a pretty decent backup player. Inter accepted a deal for, I think it was £2 million, which is a pretty cheap deal for someone that's already rated 73 at 19. And you know, he'll be a pretty decent player in a few years' time. So hopefully we can get him into the club, and of course we can, because he accepts the contract, which is nice. And yeah, nine grand a week for 5 years, perfect deal. And Santana comes into the club. But obviously after selling Chevalier and buying Cavani, we still had a lot of money left over. And obviously I thought to myself, Gareth Bale, Sanchez, you know, another really good winger would be very good. You know, we can have a really strong front three, Cavani, Sterling, and someone else. Because I'm not really convinced by Assaidi. And to be honest, Zaha's great, but he's not that great. But Bale and Sanchez were the 2 players in for 89 and 87. And I offered Assaidi in both deals, plus I think it was 12 million for this one, and 13 for Gareth Bale, no, 11.5 for this one. But both Barcelona and Spurs said both deals are perfectly fine, so it was up to me. I could choose whichever player I wanted. I had the money, and both deals seemed perfectly good for me. But Bale is not only younger, but he is, of course, what's the word? Higher rated. So I thought to myself, I might as well go in for Bale, because as good as Sanchez is, don't get me wrong, he's a very good player. Bale is, of course, younger and better. So with that in mind, I think it would be better to go in for Gareth Bale, and we can have Bale and Sterling on the opposite wings, cutting into their preferred feet. I think that would be a pretty decent signing. So we offer Bale 110 grand a week on a 4-year deal, and he accepts the contract, which is great. So Gareth Bale joins the club. What a great piece of business. We've not only signed Edison Cavani, and Gareth Bale for this deal. After losing Chevalier, I was thinking to myself, maybe I shouldn't have sold him, but getting 50 million and using the money to sign Gareth Bale and Edison Cavani, two world-class players, I think that's been a great piece of business, and I'm really impressed with how I've dealt with this transfer window, because I know you guys know I've made some pretty bad deals in the past, but I reckon that's been a pretty good piece of business by me, if I don't say so myself. But yeah, as always guys, big thank you for watching. The last thing you'll see me do here is end the transfer window, and yeah, as always guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next episode very soon, which I always say, but it will be very soon. So goodbye.